Hello.
Hello, guys. Oi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Chicken nugget.
Hello.
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 Hello there.
All rise and like, subscribe, and bang the gavel, baby.
Oh, wrong one, you dumbass. There it is. Get it right. All rise. Order in the court, damn it. Zoom court is in session. We got a case. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Creedence, and Mikey the Legend here with you to talk over everything and to attempt to not talk over everything and
watch this courtroom probably go dead here in a second.
It is. He's going on break. Ain't nobody around. Just Baldy sitting there at the Yep,
Who's that
there
girl
he is.
behind him?
If you're new here, this is what we do. We jump around to different live Zoom courts, and gosh, do we catch some amazing things. We missed some stuff at Honorable J. Cedric Simpson's yesterday, as I saw on yesterday's Law Talk with Mike. Anyways, yeah, we'll be bouncing around a little bit here and there. Try not to talk too much. Feel free to comment away in the comments as always. Got to say hi to everybody. Sergeant Buzzkill, Laura in Michigan, Christy is here. Bigfoot. Eric.
Bigfoot.
Fantastic.
But yeah, yesterday we had a complaint that it was hard to hear, which anytime we're in Judge Middleton's court, it's going to be hard to hear.
Oh my God, especially if you've got somebody on the stand like that that's talking like this through the whole thing. Yeah, you're just
and no matter where you watch it,
yeah,
you're going to have a hard time hearing.
Trust me, we got it
just the way it is.
Yeah, we got it bumped up as much as possible, and this is part of it. Listen, when you're watching these just raw, it's very hard to hear a lot of the judges, and you'll notice a lot of times when somebody speaks on Zoom, they're very loud, and then the judges and everybody else seem very low.
Always enjoyed that. I pull up like 5 courtrooms ready to go as soon as we come on, and I go back through them, and they've all adjourned. Fun times.
That's all right. We got Judge Donald over here, who I was just going to make the joke about him going to the Bishop School of Broadcasting because he took up the entire frame just a few minutes ago.
Look at Angel. She is happy to be there.
Well, if you got to look at Matthew's hair, wouldn't you be smiling like that?
It's so cute. It's a real beaut.
Well, let's jump into it. Again, thank you guys for hanging out, and hopefully we'll catch some good court today.
And if you are going to have difficulty from time to time having the ability to produce a sample, you got to be able to account for that in your schedule. And so you got to be able to go in the morning.
Drum court.
So if something happens and you need to come back that same day in the afternoon, you
could be. You got to make a sample, Creed.
Saturday morning, so I think because I couldn't have to give myself a little more time.
Okay, well, that's a bunch of mumbles, so feel free to bitch and complain about that. That is not my problem.
It's not going to be problematic in the future, all right?
He's a mumble rapper.
This means that you'll be released tomorrow morning. Okay.
Not the judge, the dude that's walking away there in the plaid, by the way.
Mr. Donaldson, I think I'm going to allow you to go get yourself some lunch or something if you want to go get some.
Of course
because
we
it
are.
Looks like the prosecutor has
Hi,
not
Larry.
joined us yet.
Gonna let you get a little of that lunch.
I wanted to go get me some lunch too, so there's no need for you to.
All righty, off to a great start today. Speaking of hair, Devante looking great.
Oh, okay. So Mr. Wood will send you some paperwork. Just says what happened.
The contrast between Spencer and Devante is just.
You don't have to because he's pleading guilty.
Very nice.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll send this to you. Nothing you affirmatively have to do in this case. You got some other conditions in the Superior Court case, but for this, you're.
You think Devante is like
basically stay out of trouble
Madonna?
for 2 years. That's all you got to
You
do.
know,
sir.
Cher.
Get-
He goes by
Give
one
me
name.
questions.
I do not.
They
All
call
right,
me
you are all
Devante.
done then. Thank you, and you can hang up.
Alrighty, y'all have a good day.
Well,
Devontae's
thank
shirt's
you
a little,
for
little dirty.
watching those.
That was
ads.
my only matter, so I'm going to sign off, Your Honor.
$1 or
Okay,
$2 at
thank
the
you.
end of the month for us.
Much appreciated. You think Spencer took that photo on the wall?
It looks like we. Oh, we're still
This
waiting for Mr. Ball to come back.
Is he in a giant closet?
Let me get back on the meeting.
I mean, it's very
Yeah, hasn't happened yet.
hospital-like in there.
His last
Okay.
law talk with Mike was pretty good. Is it?
He says he's in a holding
Judge got
pattern. You want to
Judge
do-
got
So
mad.
We'll move on to.
Can't
Take care of Ms. Mora because
Yeah.
we're waiting for Mr. Boger.
He got mad at
Let's try
an attorney
Peter
that
Milkey is
had no
connected.
calls, no nothing with
Believe
her
it's gonna be
client,
Ralph
and it was like
Milkey.
3 in a row, and he got really mad about it, and it was pretty damn interesting.
And
No
then
calls.
Katrina Kelly is connected.
Judge Jeffrey Middleton over at 3B is live with zoning violation matters, but he
We had a
went
good
live
one
and
one
nobody's
time.
around.
Well, Peter's here, and he's got safety glasses on because, you know, you could get something in your eye during one of these Zoom courts.
Yes.
Protective eyewear, a must.
Okay, Mr. Is it Melky? Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Milk.
Yes, Your Honor.
So we're just waiting for Ms. Kelly to connect. Looks like she's
Oh, I
on
love
here.
when
It's just
that
a matter
happens,
of waiting for her to come back in the room. So as soon as she walks back in the room, we'll
The other thing to that too with the
while we're
volumes,
waiting, I'm just
I
gonna
can
go
tell
to
you
the
what I hear
file
here
here.
compared to what I hear on my TV, compared to when I'm out on the porch watching on my phone, all are different. YouTube sounds completely different than Facebook. I find where Facebook sometimes is booming.
Well, we'll always be
Compared.
louder than what's on this video. Always.
Right.
Yeah. No matter how many times you say you guys are too loud. Yes, we're going to be louder than this. It's a Zoom court. These are people talking into, you know, headphones.
Yes.
Like
And Craig brand Rite Aid tablets.
yeah. So I like Kelly over here. She's got to set up like a Spied Life type cam in
I
her
keep-
bedroom.
Yes.
Oh, there
and
she is.
She has put everything she can on top of her dresser.
She just hauled
She
ass back in.
is late. She knows it. She has her safety glasses on. She is ready to go.
Ready.
Spencer is looking
Okay,
down
and,
upon her.
Ms. Kelly, can you hear us? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Okay. And you're here regarding Mr. Milkey, is that right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
And so I have your motion here in front of me. I did hear briefly. There
What do
we
you
go.
mean, TK? You don't
Saying you're asking that the
don't
no
like
contact
videos
order be
like this?
rescinded. Is that still what you're asking for?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is there anything you'd like to add to that request? Anything else you'd like to tell me?
I think I said it all in there that, from I understand from his PO, he's done everything that court asked him to do. There's been no issues. I wasn't afraid of him in the first place. Definitely not now. We live in the same community, you know, have some of the same friends and things. We'd be able to, you know, move on with our life and be able to be in the community together without any issues.
That's a little much for court,
It
no?
looks like there was a no contact order
No
in
much.
place since November of 2020. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, it's been a while. Yes.
Is he
She's got the,
censoring this?
oh, I've got a male judge
No, there's
shirt
a
on.
memo in the file from probation saying affirmative conditions met. So he's done everything he's required to do by probation. And then what's the state's position on that request?
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the defendant agreed to.
Joshua Benjamin, please call extension 296.
Debbie, quiet,
Sorry about
Debbie.
Joshua Benjamin, please call extension 296.
Sorry about that.
He calls.
Okay.
Debbie's always interrupted.
I think we're good. Go ahead, Mr. Donaldson. Sorry.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, The defendant agreed to a 5-year no contact order when he pled guilty. I think it was back in February. It's only been about a year and a month since then. I did review the motion to rescind the no contact order that Miss Kelly had provided. Reading over it, she cites concerns about accidentally being in the same place at the same time as a reason to rescind the no contact order. It has to be a knowing violation of the no contact order for it to be a violation. So if they're accidentally in the same place at the same time, that wouldn't be a violation of the no contact
She
order.
wants to be around him again.
Sorry, I didn't believe I used the word accident. We have the same community. We shop in the same places. We may know that the same birthday parties and things. I don't believe I used the word accidentally. We would like to be able to, I'm not afraid of him.
She wants to be
done
around him.
everything he needs to do. And I would like to be able to be in the community with him that we live in and friends without a no contact order, without any issues. So yes, we may knowingly both know that, there's a birthday party or something like that. Yes, I'm not talking only accident.
She's saying that's so weird.
I see. So regardless of that, we still would like the no contact order to remain in place since that was what was agreed upon.
I didn't say
when the
accidentally.
defendant agreed to plead guilty.
5-year no contact. That's a very long time.
Let's see, one moment here.
I don't think the truth is really coming out about these two.
You can't handle the truth.
Oh, okay, sorry.
She's just shaking her head. She didn't like that.
She's upset.
Yeah, but that's weird. She's so adamant about the accidental thing. I understand if you guys like.
We'll be places on purpose, Your Honor.
Like birthday parties that she mentioned 2 or 3 times.
Soft swinging events. We're in the same community. You know what I mean, Judge.
She has such big glasses.
She got really nicely dressed for this, man. I'm telling you. He's at work, obviously.
You think that's why she's late? I think she's in a home.
Mr. Milk, anything you wanted to add?
No, Your Honor. I didn't realize it was 5 years. I mean, we had some issues and I think we still have some plans, and 5 years is a long time.
They're booked out for the next 5 years.
I feel like I successfully completed the course and it was a crazy circumstance in the beginning and it's just not going to happen again.
Your Honor, you see this cleavage? I can't be away from that for 5 years, okay? Let's be honest.
So the order was set to expire February 23rd of next year.
They're not doing themselves really any favor, are they? They both kind of speak weird.
Yeah, just come right out and say, hey,
Yeah.
we want to be around each other.
We got plans, Your Honor.
Pretrial order. Ms. Kelly, are you? I mean, are you? I don't need to tell me the details, but are you like hoping to again be friendly with Mr. Milkey, or
like
To be honest with you, yes. I was very much in love with him, yes.
Okay.
And we followed what the court had said. We've done everything they said, and we would like to be able to move on with both of us move on.
We've only been having the internet intercourse, Your Honor.
The
Yes.
order that was
And a
entered,
birthday card parties.
post-conviction
We
order
run
was a
into each other at
3-year
the
order.
grocery store.
And no, it's 2-year order. I'm sorry, not 3 years.
I see where you're going there, Fletcher.
Looking at
Oh,
Mr. Milkey's criminal
he's
history,
definitely read between the lines, but I mean,
the history. It's fairly
about
old.
Yeah, they've danced all around this. I mean, they've danced around it.
that's right. Scamming money from
Everything
Zoom
in
court
regard to
cleavage.
included DV treatment, as well as DV treatment. Yeah, that was the big one, DV treatment, which is a long thing to do. Okay, so I'm going to grant your motion. I'm going to rescind the no contact order.
Yeah, look at that.
Thank you.
Wow.
Oh,
Thank
yes,
you, Your Honor.
getting it tonight. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
we'll send a copy of that order to both Mr. Melky and then Ms.
Mr.
Kelly,
Melky knows that
and,
room very well.
And that would be it. Do you have any questions?
No, just thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
both
You
disconnect.
got a lot of
Actually,
birthday
before you do, we'll
parties to
email
go
that to
to.
you. Is it okay if we email that to you?
Got a lot happening over here. I just want to jump in and see what we got. It's landlord tenant stuff. Sarah Lee is here.
Order. So April
Most
13th,
importantly.
2022 at 3 p.m.
Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
I am a teacher at an early middle college, and I have a 6th hour, and I don't get released from school until
Can you play that
3:30.
again, please?
All right, then I'll do it.
I need to see that.
Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
Okay. 4 p.m. for EO.
Wow.
Thank you. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you.
McKinley Inc. Aspen Chase versus Diamond Massey. Case number 21C 4071.
James Fink for the plaintiff.
Flusha, thanks. Cleveland
Diamond Massey, if
Cells.
you're present, please unmute. State your name.
Diamond Massey.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Lee, could you give us an update on this one, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
She ain't
we
paid no rent in a
completed
year.
the screening on this case, and it got assigned to a caseworker for the worksheet.
And who's the caseworker, please?
It's with Tania.
Tania with Hawk?
Yes.
Whoa.
Whoa, easy, Judge.
Hey, watch Galaxy Tab S2.
Mr.
Wait
Fink,
till you see her
April
beautiful
13th,
house
April 20th.
with moldy ceilings. I'm
Seems like
pretty
we ought to
sure.
be able to get it done, Judge.
All right, April 13th, 2022 at 3 p.m. for EO. And Ms. Massey, have you provided Mr. Fink with your email address?
Last time it was a email, I believe.
Shut that kid up.
I'm
I
sorry.
provided it last time. I provided it last time that I came into court. I don't think it was him, but I was.
But you
someone
did
else.
do it? Do you have it, Mr. Fink?
I do have it, Your Honor.
Okay,
Thank you.
We're set.
Mr.
Good day, Ms. Massey. McKinley,
So I come back. What date again? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
What date do I come back?
April 13th, 2020.
Did you hear
at
me
3
okay?
p.m.
Is
for entry of
everything good?
order, and that is if the conditional order of dismissal has not been signed. If it has been signed, then you don't have to be present, okay?
Okay.
All right, have a good day. McKinley Inc., The Villas versus Iona Brandon, case number 21C 4089.
Kind of weird.
James Fink for the plaintiff.
Kind of no information on what's
Hi.
going on, you know?
What is REVVLR? We got
All right.
an REVVLV over here.
Owners of the apartment complex, would be my guess. Or, you know, mobile home park or
Your Honor, this
houses.
case is still under initial review.
Wow.
We got another
been a
case over
month.
here on this one
Please
if you want to
reach
jump
out
back.
to whoever that worker is, and let them know we need to know eligibility.
Yeah, let's
I do that.
really, even though there's 9 million people there, not a whole lot going on. Oh, Miss
think-
Woolworth Green?
Mid-
Miss Woolworth.
Miss Green.
Hello, good people. Have you heard of Dr. Assy? He's a
Hallelujah.
spiritualist. Call on WhatsApp.
Call him. Call him now.
Call now. Thank you very much.
That one y'all dating, the one y'all seeing right now with the dreadlocks? Yeah, he's the daddy. He's the one. Miss Cleo, everybody. Miss Cleo. So I'm trying to figure out if this courtroom is just handling like, you think these two want to be lovers too, and they're going to dismiss another thing would keep these two great lovers
Ms.
apart.
Green,
or
let me
what?
know whenever if
I'm
you can
hoping
hear
so.
me. Looks
They
like
make
you're
a
muted.
Make a great couple. Yeah, he don't take no BS. She went on and on about that. He just okay. Well, and then he moved on. I love that.
There we go. I think I've got it on now.
I think
you hear me
do.
okay?
Awesome tapestry,
Yes, I
Robert
can.
Walton.
All right, very good.
Looking good, dude.
Is that a sheet off a bed?
Might be.
Okay, so your motion, let me bring that motion up here so I have it in
Thank
front
you,
of me.
Flusha, for spelling her name right too.
Exactly right.
And it says, okay, basically you're saying it's both of your faults and you want it rescinded. Okay.
Yeah, it is another one of those.
Yes.
Anything else you wanted to add?
No, I don't have anything else to add.
Okay.
Nope.
And then
You put the aluminum foil all over the window and then cover it up with a
let's
sheet or some sort of tapestry,
Mr.
preferably
Walton,
with
anything you wanted to add
pot
about
leaf.
that motion?
Typically.
No, I just love her. That's all I gotta say.
Another
No.
one.
You know,
And Mr.
Sweet.
Okay. And it looks like I didn't see that you really had much in the way of affirmative conditions as part of the sentence.
Isn't
I served a month, around a month now.
she a little older than him, right?
Did, and I have a
Oh yeah.
I'm on probation. I think.
I'm not sure, but wouldn't surprise
What's
me.
the
if he's-
city's position?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. So if I'm looking at the history of the case here, it looks like the defendant pled guilty in December. And at that time, he agreed to a 2-year no contact order. It's only been a couple of months since that's been in place. And that was part of the pretrial agreement. Also, it's concerning to the state that the Ms. Green is kind of blaming herself for some of the underlying conduct. The defendant had threatened to kill Ms. Green and her daughter. And so the fact that she is kind of blaming herself for some of that conduct doesn't give the state a lot of confidence that she will reach out for help if this happens in the future. So we still have some victim safety concerns and would be opposing rescinding the no contact order at this time.
Read over the PC statement, or one of them. I'm reading over the PC statement from the. Looks like
Is there a
what
chance
the
that he
allegation
denies
is number
this?
10, 2021.
Denies love?
That's what I have in front of me here.
Angry, abusive love? He's so old.
Oh, he has been for a long time.
Her voice gives me that her voice has got that gummy tone to it.
I'll see you, Gummer. Real quick, we'll come back. I just you saw it, right?
What a jacket.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that. Look at this dude's hand when he uncovers it. That's what I was. But he does have a great jacket.
That was a great jacket.
Cover your hand.
He's got a claw?
No, but it's
a hook.
Weird.
I think the judge is going to say no to this one. Only been a couple months.
Well,
the other one had been a few years.
Yeah, this one's.
They're making faces at each other from across the room.
Oh, he keeps hiding it. Damn it!
He's got a hand of a werewolf.
I can't tell if he's been like painting or something, stained his entire hand, or it's just I can't.
Sweet ink. I don't think he's going to allow this one. So these are people who have had domestic violence things go on and asked to
Anything
be protected.
else, Ms. Green or Mr. Walton, you'd like to add?
Like, in other words, you guys.
I would like to add something. You know, I realize that, you know, that evening, you know, things were maybe said taken out of terms, you know, and I'm uncertain, under no certain terms am I afraid, you know, that he would hurt me, you know, in any way, shape, or form.
Look at the
So
corners.
I just want to make sure that that's clear, and I'm also capable of expressing myself if I had a different opinion of that. I have no concerns about being able to reach out and speak my mind if I was worried otherwise.
Same house.
I
put this up on the wall. Look like you're somewhere different.
And I'm also going to be working on not having to have a guardian at this point, you know, because I've improved quite a bit since I was 6. So.
Oh.
Okay.
Well.
Can I say something, Judge?
Yeah, go for it.
You know, and I love Michelle with all my heart. I do thank God for her every day. And it was a normal situation, and I never ever did what the lawyer said right there. I had never said such a thing. I would never do such a thing. I was very angry, and it was a normal situation as everybody does in life. You know, couples do, and they fight here and there. And it happened. It was unfortunate, and I served my time. And I love Michelle, and I would never hurt some of the one I love, but we do hurt the ones we love the most a lot. You know, because we love each other so much. You know that. You know, it's just normal life. You know how God made us. So I just love her very much, and I would never ever hurt her. I love her, and I did serve my time for what happened that night. And I'm very sorry.
No
but I
OG
love
show tonight, Nathan.
Michelle very much. And I would never hurt her, and I never said those things of hurting her physically. Would never do such a thing. But I love her, and I just wanted to say that. Yeah, thank you.
Can I say one thing, Creed? I love her.
Because he didn't say it enough times. I don't think they're going to get it. I think you're right. That's my guess.
There's no way hell they haven't been seeing each other already.
There's a good case for that being the same house, but we're just looking at. I'm trying. I wish we could see more of the texture of the.
There hasn't been a whole lot of passage of time, and I'll tell you that part of the problem is that since and it's not your fault, but
Nancy, that was over with Judge
you didn't
Middleton.
really have any probation conditions, like any kind of treatment or anything. Not saying you have to do that. Apparently, nobody thought you needed that since nobody was requesting it, or at least I don't think that was part of the PTA. I don't really have a lot to go on in terms of what kind of progress you've made, if any. So that is, on the one hand, it's good that you didn't have to do those conditions. On the other hand, it doesn't really give you a lot to show to the court.
Go
say,
on,
look what I did. So I'm not going to grant your motion entirely. I will modify the no contact order slightly. I'm going to allow you to have. So the order will be modified as follows.
I wish one of them would cough and it'd come through the other one.
Or does somebody ring the doorbell and they come through both?
Mail,
Dogs start
email,
barking.
text, phone, and other electronic communication.
Anybody has their phone numbers, call one of them.
If you want to bring this back, in whatever time frame you think is appropriate, you're welcome to do that. I mean, I can't stop you from filing another one tomorrow, but probably if you file it tomorrow, it's going to be the same result. But I am willing to at least let you have some communication. But otherwise, the order would remain the same. So aside from that, electronic communication, no contact directly or indirectly. Don't come within 250 feet of Ms. Green's workplace.
They'd see his bongs if he takes that down now from the
residence.
streets. Robert, where'd you go? He's gonna walk behind her.
Robert done bell.
You can have some contact with her.
I'm out.
Okay,
So-
my phone just kind of went out on me a little bit here. I'm trying to.
Okay. Can you still?
They
hear
haven't
me? Did
seen
you
it.
catch what I said already?
I can hear you. I
Miss,
can't hear you.
will you come in and help
That's
me
okay.
with my
Your
phone,
video's
please,
off.
hon?
That's not a problem.
Love
We know
you.
it's
Michelle,
already-
come
it's already
here.
on there. Don't worry
Michelle,
about it.
Okay.
So we'll leave it at that for now. And then, if you want to cite it in again, you can.
How can we tell that's
I'm not
even
going to tell you
Michelle?
exactly how much time is like the magic number because I honestly don't
Michael.
know.
Yeah.
But
Right.
you
Can
can
see your face.
you can do that at some point. I don't mean to be like cagey about it. I just don't know what the right answer is. So
I got you. You don't know me. I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm an artist, and
I'll
I'm
bet
a
you
news
are.
head for
In the
coins. And
bed.
I'm boring. I'm just a boring man. So, and I'm a pastor. So
well, you can have contact.
What?
I'm
Did he say he's
not
a
telling you-
pastor?
You can have mail, email, text, phone, and other contact, but no in-person contact.
that's better than nothing.
So I went through the deal with you.
Okay.
I'm a
I'm
boring
not
artist.
telling you what to do, but if there's something, if there is any kind of thing that you think you might need improvement on, whether that's, and I don't know, I'm just throwing this out there, so I don't mean to offend you, but like any kind of chemical dependency of like treatment you think that might be helpful, or any kind of mental health treatment that might be helpful, anything like that, or whatever. If there's something you think that might be helpful to you personally,
I'm
you
sorry,
wanna
Your
do
Honor. Did
that,
you not
come back
hear
and
me
show
say I'm a
proof that there's some
pastor?
kind of progress in yourself, then you know, that might be an opportunity for you to submit a new motion to have the whole order rescinded. But I'm not making any promises. I'm not telling you what to do. But since you can have some contact, not personal contact, I mean, maybe that give you an opportunity to work on some things.
I appreciate you, Judge. That's a step forward. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. We'll send those documents to both the parties. Is it okay
Your
if we
Honor,
email those to you, or would you like a paper copy?
You got to let love
Paper
rule.
copy would be better. I just like to have my, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll mail that to you. And Mr. Walton, I'm not going to read your whole address in the record here, but the one I have starts with 5500. Is that still a good address for you?
Yes, correct.
Okay, we'll mail it to you at that address then.
Okay, I appreciate it, Judge.
Okay, any questions about the new conditions or new terms of that no contact order?
No, I think you covered it pretty well there. So I'm good. I appreciate
All right,
you.
so we'll mail that to you, and you're all done. You can both disconnect. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
I think I have audio of that night they had to fight.
I'm gonna kick you in the back of the head.
Okay, we got Mr. Johnson.
Well, that's
back.
not
We'll bring
very
Mr.
good.
Johnson.
That sounds like very non-pastoral. Creed, while we wait for our next case.
Yeah.
Where you at?
3B, but I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but we'll check in.
Specifically provides what's in the
Hey,
state
Robert!
building code. And I've cited that in my brief, and it doesn't have the International Property Maintenance Code. Second of all, the International Property Maintenance Code itself
Robert is me in 30 years.
and it goes right through a specific process or procedure for adopting it. And part of the concern is that there is
Just waiting for it.
Your Honor, let those two lesbians have whatever they want.
And Your Honor,
They're at the end of their
every
life.
community that I know of in this state has adopted the Uniform Property Maintenance Code as an ordinance. I cited Grand Rapids, I cited Three Rivers, and Your Honor,
I just love her, Your Honor.
that is why they adopted. Because it isn't in the property.
Look at all the books. Jesus Christ, the line of books like a library in here.
We're lining them up over here.
Adopted it back in February. Okay. The process is simple, Your Honor.
So when it comes to zoning, a lot of these zoning issues are people that have either a bunch of garbage and things in their yard that aren't supposed to be there,
or the trees that want to come down, or the fences to come down, or fences to put up, and it's usually very old people.
Yeah, and they fight over this stuff a lot.
Believe it, or we believe the property maintenance code is in the state construction code, and therefore, let's forget about the fact that we never adopted it until after the fact. Thank you.
Morning, Angie.
Morning.
Ms. Seaver, you want to respond to his response?
Just if I may, you understand that the state, when it adopts a construction code, it adopts a group of books, which are actually somewhere along the way, a book that is put out by basically an international code company. So each book, if you were to open it, every one of them has an adoption ordinance in the back of it that is not special to the International Property Maintenance Code. It's always provided because the international company that puts together this code does not know how each individual state or municipality is going to use it. So I don't think that the addition of a proposed ordinance in the back of this particular book means anything.
Yeah, boring.
Oh, Julia's here.
Juliana.
Oh,
right.
I thought the I was silent.
Jesus.
Okay, Ms. Moore, can you hear me? You'll need to unmute yourself.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Look at this lady just hanging out here.
She cosplaying as a farmer.
Okay, so Ms. Moore, I'm going to go over some documents with you. I assume that you've read these, but I'll have to ask you anyway. The first document is, let's see here, I got a bunch of stuff. Pull up that. well, this is in the file here, we'll go over it. So I've got a couple of documents. I've got, first one is a defendant statement. I'm not gonna go over that in detail, but it looks like, oh, why don't you tell me your full name? I should ask you that.
Juliana Mora.
Speak up.
The middle name.
Yeah, Juliana Flor Mora.
Okay, all right. And the first document I've got in the file, and these are in no particular order, is defendant's statement. Ordinarily, I don't think this is filed, but it's in the file, so I'll ask you if you've read it. And have you read that document?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything in that document?
Yes, I did.
And is that your signature that appears in the last page there?
Is she the defendant?
The other one is the diversion agreement, which again doesn't usually get filed right away, but we'll go over it anyway. Did you read over the diversion agreement?
Yes, I did.
And did you understand everything in that agreement?
Yes, sir.
And it looks like on that document, there's I'm not going to go over every one with you, but there's a bunch of lines that have your initials on there, and the last page has your signature.
Later, kids are in school, Andrew.
Your initials and your signature on that.
After 2.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and then I have a joint motion in order for stay of proceedings, and that appears to have that does not have your signature on it. But did you
copy with?
Oh, you have a signed copy? Okay.
Yeah.
What are we here for? Any idea?
I also have an electronic copy, Your Honor.
I don't know, but what is young
I think it's
Judge
just
Middleton
fine,
doing there?
if that works for you.
A beautiful heart.
That's why I brought them. All right, perfect. So we have a joint motion in order for stay of proceedings here. I have a copy in the file, it's just not signed, so we'll go over this one that Mr. Gover just
Agreed.
signed. It's a
But I
two-page
found
document.
she's crazy
Looks
or
like
not.
it's got your signature on the second page. Did you understand everything in that document before you signed it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
This one you signed it? Okay. The other document is an order for stay of proceedings, and this one does not have a place for you to sign, but you get a chance to read over that order for stay of proceedings.
Yes,
I know you guys think Juliana's hot, but let's jump over here because not much going on there in that one.
Investigation report. There are no guidelines issued because it was a misdemeanor plea. And Miss Nakia Robinson, who's the victim of this case, is present in the Zoom room and would like to give a victim impact statement whenever the court wishes.
So funny, Patrick.
I believe now.
Yeah.
Appropriate. Okay, thank you. Ms. Robinson.
Wow, Mary Mahoney
Hi, I'm trying to
looks very mean.
Now I see you. If you could just
What about
state
the
your
serial
name
killer
very
sitting
first
behind her?
and then let the judge know whatever you'd like.
Hello, Judge Brown. My name is Nakia Robinson.
Is this the lawyer?
I'm sorry, can you guys hear me?
Isn't this her that we've seen before?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have a victim impact statement written in the form of a letter. I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of feedback.
Yeah, you are.
But,
Turn it down.
if you can hear me clearly, I can go ahead and start.
If you can hear me, raise your hand.
We can hear you clearly.
Okay. Hello, Judge Brown. I don't believe that we've been properly introduced.
By the way, Bigfoot
My
is in
name
jail.
Nakia Robinson.
Oh, let's
I am Nigerian.
stay there.
Bigfoot has been arrested.
Wow.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
While you watch this one, I'll be RB. Oh
We
my
brought
God.
Oh, Bigfoot in.
Wow.
Breaking
It
news.
is.
He has been captured.
Hello, it is.
I am here. It is.
BRB, it is.
I also have
Light
a
of fire, it is.
Go ahead. I have a statement from this young man.
Somebody is renting it is, and it's not in my name, and it's not in anybody else's name. It's in somebody else's name.
Very good, sir. Thank you. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. And I'm glad everybody else is here. Over 100 of you here right now. If you would like this video, helps us out. We go from courtroom to courtroom daily.
Mr. Demianovich in custody. We call the case of People State of Michigan versus Mark Demianovich, file 220464FY. Today is a time and date set for, say, bond review today. What is today?
Bond review it is.
Violation of bond conditions. Pretty good. received an email on that.
What do you think he's in for, guys? Money laundering?
Demianovich, your name for the record, please.
Mark Demianovich.
Very good. Sir, it looks like we received a bond violation report here from pretrial services. It appears that you were arraigned on March 17th. You do have an attorney, Ben Ganek. Bond was $5,000. One of the conditions was just 1 minute, sir.
You better make sure.
I just got to hear what this guy did. I'm perplexed. You were ordered to stay away from the 7-Eleven, but you would not. Thank you, Mike. That's a reminder, everybody. These cases, man, like I said, we jump in live from courtroom to courtroom.
Demianovich, there is a bond violation here. Mr. Sergeant, I'm assuming you don't know anything about the bond violation.
Hi, Your Honor. I don't have that file in front of me at this moment, but our clerk is bringing it to me. I can look into it in a few if we can pass.
We don't have any other matter until 2 o'clock.
I'm with you.
I would like pretrial services on the call. I'm not exactly sure what the allegation here is. And I'd
They're
like
professionals.
the defense attorney here as well.
Yes,
So,
I can let pretrial services know right now. Okay?
Thank you. Jill, are you extremely busy at this point or not?
We have to go on with Judge Brown here shortly, but we can, we should be able to accommodate you, Your Honor.
Can we pass this matter? Again, I'm looking at a report here. I'm not sure what the allegation is. We don't have the defense attorney. We don't have pretrial services. So I wouldn't mind passing the matter for 5 or 10 or 15 minutes while you took care of another matter.
Okay, are you guys gonna call over when you're ready?
Would you prefer that?
If you could, that'd be great.
Okay, let's do that.
He's got to get back to
I don't understand the
PE class.
allegation here, so we're gonna get your attorney and we're gonna get the pretrial services worker, then we'll take your case.
Yeah, and Your Honor, have you seen the new Batman movie? It's really good.
Okay, thank you, Joe.
I like that the judge can't figure out what the hell he did.
I know. All right. I think he's better off in jail. Could be wrong.
Public
but,
safety was in question, Creed.
back to your regularly scheduled programming. Not sure what we're doing over here, but we'll see.
I will keep an eye out on that, by the way.
I would not leave the house after dark unless accompanied. Our plans of fostering have been put on hold. Kyle had not only took away my sense of peace and safety for 2 years, he took my
Impact
family.
statement.
The three things
Now,
I
this
hold
one's
most dear.
kind of sad.
So my
We
heart
probably
and
wanna-
anger thoroughly thinks that he deserves all of the same to happen.
I'll move on to something else. Yeah, appreciate you guys being here. 106 of you joining us. We do this 5 days a week, Chases and Cases, 5 days a week. We start off with We Got a Case at 1 o'clock to 2 hours of live Zoom court stuff. Some of it is just sad and depressing. Some of it's funny. Some of it's a lot of those whoa moments. And Derek
is here now to make his side of the case heard. I believe she is the defendant, and Derek here, who is on the job.
Yes, concrete work, maybe.
Maybe he's wearing an orange vest.
I did want to say, please
it was
like,
originally
subscribe if
set
you're new here with
for
notifications
February
on, so you know
7th.
when
Sorry,
we go
February
live.
17th for trial.
So that would mean there's plenty of time, yeah,
And
for
then
speedy. So, Mr. Donaldson, how long do we need to get, does she need to meet with the city folks now?
Ooh,
Um,
city people.
Let me see if I can get a hold of.
Don't
Miss
trust them
Lee.
city folks. City folks are there.
So while Mr. Donaldson is checking, Ms. Lee just coordinates the whole thing, and she usually only takes 4 weeks maximum to try to get this approved. If she was approved for county diversion, which I feel like is a little bit more challenging to even get in, then I don't think that there should be an issue. Hopefully we can just try to expedite this so that Ms. Mora isn't just in limbo for much longer.
Yeah, I mean.
Flora.
But the reality of
We'll
it
do a
is
hangout
diversion is a
tonight,
privilege,
right?
not a right. And there's two separate entities, the way that it's done here. And the city diversion coordinators, they have to approve it, even though the prosecutors, we refer these cases to it. They don't have a constitutional right to have diversion as an option. But we would love to be able to give that to Ms. Mora. It's just that we have to go through the proper channels. So Ms. Lee should hopefully be able to get this scheduled, or if Ms. Mora can call her even today, then they can start to get things scheduled and we can get the ball rolling on this. Then she can enter into
All right,
diversion.
so
Diversion. Anybody?
Miss Lee says she only needs 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I see we're not going to get
I'm looking
anything
at,
going. I want to jump over to Drew because
yeah,
I
it looks
think
like
that Drew dyed his hair. What do you think? It just looks a little more orangey.
It was a brief period
It's got a little more red tint to
No,
it.
no longer.
Yeah.
legal.
Sure.
So, stay away order if the court wishes,
Judge Williams.
would be perfectly fine. She could go back home and not.
And
have to
Mike.
be around the election.
From Mike.
Child does not-
Love it. Welcome. Everybody say hi to
She does
Mike.
have 4 kids of her own, all under
Mike,
the
good to see you, bud.
14,
Thank you for the
14
$2.
and younger, and she supports them by working in a warehouse. She's been doing that job for the last couple of months.
Paper factory.
She doesn't have very much by way of finances, and she does have 4 young mouths to feed. And not to get
3
into the
fish.
factual allegations,
3
but
fish,
she
1
does
dog.
have some mitigation that we were able to discuss a little bit over the phone. But it would be better if she was out of custody to really talk about it in person with her legal team. And she's certainly going to go to court to flesh out the mitigation that she has. So we're asking for a $1,000 bond, and judge doesn't have a criminal history that's been provided to me.
The judge looks like a child.
Yes, Judge, the defendant does not have a criminal history. I did
I
want
like
to
her. I love the
add
bow
that
tie.
This case, you about 2 weeks ago had a co-defendant appear in front of you, and our victim advocate, Ms. Johnson, spoke with you about the DFAC safety plan. And the victim, as Mr. Niner mentioned, is currently with a
Niner.
guardian. We have spoken to that guardian. The DFAX is involved and has ordered no contact. So we're going to request the same bond in this case as was granted in that case. A $3,000 bond, a stay away from the victim unless the DFAX safety plan permits.
Either that or
and
sitting in
follow
a
all of
child's
the
chair
DFAX safety plan
on the floor.
directives. And if you'd like the case number for that case, I have that as well, Your Honor.
Well, it looks like it was Mr. Walker.
Judge coming
who
in hot.
had no special condition. I just don't know what
I like
Mr.
her.
Walker's criminal
Me too.
history was.
Great cast of characters, and we had fun with Drew and Duncan Wood.
So, I'm all for consistency, but I don't know if there
Angie.
was some criminal history I took into consideration of
I believe it.
coming up with that $3,000 bond. You got anything for me?
She's doing a lot of
Give me
clicking.
just a moment, Your Honor. I can pull up the notes that we have for that.
Skip again. She's playing Uno online. Drew looks concerned with all that clicking.
She's drawn a mustache on with her finger.
Drew's mom just off camera making a big old picture of Kool-Aid.
Your Honor, that defendant had 1 cycle and no convictions.
Back to the cycles. I want to knock them damn glasses right off of his face.
Not to jump from this, but I just want to show
Yeah.
you
All right.
what
I do
we're
too.
working with over here.
I got a little less complex of a setup.
We can Let's hang out here for a minute.
That's what I was referring to.
Let's just.
Appeal State of Michigan versus Anthony Smith Jr. Case number 22S00238.
What games is Anthony streaming on Twitch later with
March
Golden Slot?
2nd, 2022 in Ypsilanti Township, Washington County, State of Michigan. On Michigan Avenue at or near Ridge Road, you did operate a motor vehicle at a time you did not have in full force and effect insurance, which is required by state law. That is a misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty if convicted of up to 1 year in jail, a $500 fine, plus court costs, or both.
Very.
Do you understand that?
Like he's drooling a little.
Yes. Court has your signed advice of rights form in the file. Do you have any questions in regard to your rights?
Yes, Ahmed.
Can I buy some pot from you?
Court will have you stand mute to the charge, enter a not guilty plea on your behalf.
Young Jim
reviewing
Waller.
contact information. We have a telephone ending in 9714. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're on Ohio Street?
Yes.
Okay. And your
And
email
we
address
prefer
is Yahoo
Alienware,
address 828
gaming
Yahoo?
stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to pass that information on to the appointing authority for the public defender. They'll be in touch with you regarding their regarding your eligibility for them to represent you
Look at that
moving
mic.
forward, but they are here for the purpose of arraignment this afternoon, excuse me. So we'll have them address
his work
you on
behind
this
him.
point.
Wow,
Public
Brooks.
Defender Kalina Anderson within on behalf of Mr. Smith. You're under
Hello,
request of personal
Marty.
bond pending his pretrial date.
Thank you. Pre-trial will take place on April 26th at 9 a.m. Mr. Smith, that'll be on Zoom, just like we're doing here today, but it will be a different Zoom ID number. The court is going to mail you a notice with the Zoom information a few days ahead of the time, with your permission anyway. Is it okay if we text message you notices?
Yes.
Probably.
So a few days ahead of time, you'll
A lot of
get text
Michigan
messages
court.
with the link to the hearing as well. If for any reason you don't get the notice either in the mail or by text, you can call the court. The clerk can give you the information on the telephone as well. Okay.
Okay.
The pre-trial is April 26th, 9 a.m. via Zoom. You're released on a personal recognizance bond. What that means is
Yes.
you can also appear
He's
for court
smooth.
date. A
Seems
warrant
like
should
it's
issue.
been a while since Ahmed had a
Alright.
girl in his room.
Okay.
I'm Smith. You are all set for today. Have a good day. Stay safe.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you.
Rusty.
Rusty, what's going on?
Mr.
Welcome.
Alnajaar, you can unmute yourself. Good
Well,
afternoon.
we got a nice community over here, and a lot of
Appeal
people.
State of
call
Michigan
friends. I think
versus
you'll fit right in, Rusty.
Ahmed Alnajaar, case number 22S00228. Allegations on March 28th, 2022 at Ypsilanti Township, Washington County, State of Michigan, on Grove, at or near Georgina. You did operate a motor vehicle with an improper license plate. A misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty of up to 1 year, or up to 90 days in jail, a $100
She
fine.
showed him
plus
up.
court
It's
costs,
embarrassing.
Or both. You understand that?
Yes.
Also, the same date, time, location, you did operate a motor vehicle at a time you did not have in full force and effect insurance, which is required by state law.
Full
A misdemeanor
force.
carrying a maximum penalty if convicted of up to 1 year in jail, a $500 fine plus court costs, or both. You understand that?
Yes.
He's high as hell.
All right. Were you able to review the advice of rights form online?
What was that?
Were you able to
I'm sorry,
review
I'm
the
high, Your
advice
Honor.
of rights form before coming to court?
No.
Court will advise you your rights on the record. You've been brought to court on a misdemeanor charge and have the following basic rights. You may plead guilty or not guilty or stand mute
Blasted.
to the charge. If you stand mute, a plea of not guilty will be entered on your behalf. For today's purposes, a plea will be entered as of not guilty for you. You do have the right to trial by jury, the right to an assistance of an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will
He's about to
represent you at
pass
public expense. Should you have you have the right to jury trial. Should this matter go to trial, you have the following
Keep going.
trial rights. You may call witnesses to speak on your behalf. You may get an
Barely
order
open.
compelling witness to appear for you. You have the right to see, hear, and question any witness against you. You have the right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent. Should you choose not to testify,
And he's gone.
Very silent.
There he is.
you are presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Should you plead guilty or no contest at any point in these proceedings, that plea is accepted. You would have waived your right to trial and waived the rights of this gone over with you. You do have the right to be released on bond. If you're now on probation or parole and enter a plea of guilty or no contest, or a finding of guilt is made by a judge or jury, it may
he's
result in a
got
violation of your
ADD's
probation or
kicking in.
parole. You can be sentenced to jail and fines plus costs. Fines, costs, and other financial obligations must be paid at the time of assessment unless allowed otherwise for good cause shown.
What?
An appeal to circuit court may be taken within 21 days of sentencing or as permitted by court rule. Do you have any questions in regard to these rights?
No. No, sir.
As I said, the court will have you stand mute to the charge, enter the not guilty plea on your behalf. Let me just
Can you
check to make sure we've got good contact
Can you even
information
say
for
two
you.
words of what the judge just said to you?
Repeat anything he said. Go for it.
I've got
We'll-
you
we'll drop the charges if you can.
on Ware Street, is that right? Ware Road in Belleville?
Yes,
Okay. I have a telephone ends in 7841, is that right?
yes,
And we have an iCloud email address that ends in 23 at iCloud.
yes,
The phone, is that a text, is that a cell phone?
yes.
Okay. Do we have
It's a
your permission
landline.
to send text messages, notifications to that address? That
Hey,
telephone?
James for the Alamo City.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We will set a pretrial hearing on April 26th at 9 a.m. That'll take place via Zoom. Ms. Anderson, you can go ahead and address bond in this matter, but I'm told we have
Thank
one
you,
other
Your
one
Honor.
we're waiting for it to be brought into the courtroom.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, you're cut out.
I said you can address bond in this matter, but I've
No,
got
you
another
talked
matter
on
that
him.
we're waiting to have brought into the courtroom. So go ahead
Okay.
on this
Uh-oh.
one, and then we'll I'll pick up as soon as I've got that other one. We'll pick up on that.
Got
one.
Zoom court, do you pass?
Thank you, Your Honor. I request a personal bond pending his
Send me a
next
link.
court date on this one.
Thank you. All right. Okay, so first of all, we'll change the next court date, I believe. No, that'll stay on that date. That's fine. Okay, so the other charge is that on March 11th of 2022,
that
in Atlantic
blasted
Township, Washington County, State of Michigan,
Amazing
you
even
been
has a
operating an
shirt on.
unregistered motor vehicle. A misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty of up to 90 days in jail, a $100 fine plus court costs, or
What was he
both.
driving? It
You
had no
understand that. So
registration,
that's
no
a
insurance.
different date
Subaru.
to
No
unregistered vehicle.
license.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Again, the court will be mute to that charge, is entered a not guilty plea. All pre-trials will take place April 26th at 9 a.m. via Zoom. You're released on a personal recognizance bond on both cases. Should you fail to prove the court, a warrant could issue for your arrest. You understand that?
Yes.
All right. We're going to mail you a copy of the Zoom information. It will be different than today's hearing.
Will I be
If
drug
you don't
tested
get
for
that,
this,
or
Your
if you
Honor?
don't get the text message
Bob.
notification, you can call the
Okay.
court. The clerks can give you the information over the telephone too. Okay.
Okay.
All right, sir. You're all set for today. Have a good day. Stay safe.
Your Honor, will you give me the case number for the second case?
Sure. 22W001221.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See if we got anything else with the magistrate. Magistrate Mark Nelson. That's how they say it. It's not Nelson.
Nelson.
To what?
That is not
Mark's-
flattering. Check back in with Drew and company.
Love the shirt.
And Ms. Darkerboat, I'm also showing that even though he has a outstanding charge of firearm by convicted felon, and this is alleged to have happened in June of 2019, and that firearm was from May of 2019. I don't see anything else in the criminal history since 2019. Is that accurate?
That's correct, Judge. That's what I show as well.
All right.
That's firearm by felon.
Such a common thing, isn't it? The
What kind of work did your client do? Tell me one more time, because I can't read my handwriting.
paper
I'm sorry.
factory started yesterday.
He works for a construction company. It's called ER Snell Construction. He's a heavy machine operator.
At first, I thought she's a
Been there for 4
production
years.
company.
Oh, the Snells. I know them from Ozark. So he grows poppy seeds for the heroin.
The Snell family. Well,
Oh yes, Mike, and I'm pretty sure he has dyed his hair since the last time we've seen him. I think it's just a little more auburnish red.
It's got a little more of a hue to it.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah,
I think he's I think he's done something with it. I'm not saying it's bad.
Oh, God bless you, Judge.
Fred, thank you. Based on your
Right into her hand.
These charges and
Right on the mouse.
I think an appropriate bond is going to be $5,000. It will be a regular bond. That means you should be able to go through the bonding company. I'm also going to place a special condition on your bond. First and foremost, sir, you are to stay away. Absolutely. Directly or indirectly by person, telephone, and
Stay away from where?
Communication from the person, home, job, or school of the alleged victim. That person being a minor, so their name will be spelled out in your special condition. Secondly,
Oh, wow.
that
A
you
minor.
no firearms while you're out on bond and while this case is pending.
Wait, he's a minor?
In these cases, I feel
No,
like
you
I
gotta
have
stay
to
away
help,
from the minor. That
Oh.
was
that, especially because you have a pending case for being in
So yes.
possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
Reading comments.
You knew full well at that time you should not have been possessing a firearm. But apparently I gotta say it. So you are to possess no firearms while you're out on bond and while this case is pending. You must surrender any and all firearms to the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office that were not confiscated at the time of the arrest. I would suggest you call them before you just walk up to the Sheriff's Department with some guns. That's not a good look. But you are not to possess any firearms while you're out on bond while this case is pending. And thirdly, you shall have no contact with the alleged co-defendant, Harold Turner. So my deputy's going to hand you an electronic signature pad. So
Who the hell is Harold?
Doesn't mean you agree with it. Simply means that I have reviewed it with you and you understand the terms. When you sign that electronic signature pad.
Imagine if Drew was married to some hot, like smoking hot blonde girl, you know, or something.
I mean, does got he's a lawyer. I mean, that's
That
important
concludes
to
your
know.
first appearance here, sir. Please follow the direction of my deputies.
Next.
Bring him in.
Nobody even said God bless you to her.
Yeah, I think one of the criminals did. Excuse me, alleged criminals did.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all, please excuse me.
Lord, give me strength.
Get rid of these allergies. Serenity now. Okay. She didn't even grab a tissue or anything. Went straight for the mouse.
Doriante Keith Martin.
What a name.
Excuse me, Judge Williams.
Yes, sir.
On Miss Calloway's special condition, I didn't get your signature.
You didn't?
No, ma'am.
What is going on in the world? Hold on.
Miss Williams, my wife wanted to thank you for the jams and jellies you sent home to me the other day. They were
Wonder if
excellent.
Miss Thomas printed it too soon. Let me see what's going on.
Okay, the same thing on Mr. Grant here.
All right.
There might be a clerk problem reading too early, but let me see.
Sir, why you coming up in here with a counterfeit North Face
Check on
hoodie?
Callaway while you check on the current case, since I'm assuming you still have it open.
You assumed correct.
Well, that Callaway might be a judge problem. Hold on.
No.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Grant
Hold on, baby.
You should have that.
Callaway was a judge problem. It's ready now, Miss Thomas. You should be able to print that special condition.
Baby, they messed up on this one. Hold on.
Look at everybody being grown today.
Look at all my babies in here acting good.
All right, this is Mr. Martin.
What'd you do, Mr. Martin?
I know your mama.
Call that a judge problem around here, JJ. Dig it with a D.
Mr. Martin, you're charged
Clear.
in one warrant. It is warrant number 22W.
Hello.
004330. You have the right to have your warrant read to you here in open court. Your attorney, however, has waived the reading of your warrant here in open court. You understand what you're charged with, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna hear from your attorney on the issue of bond, and then I will hear from the state.
Bob, I'll take
Mr. Martin
500.
Is a fairly recent transplant here to the Georgia area, but
Here
he
we
doesn't
go.
live with his wife and kids. So this is his home. He moved here specifically to make Georgia his
single
home.
mom.
He has no intention of leaving the jurisdiction.
New
He's
job.
married to his wife for 3 years, and he does support 7 children.
Good Lord.
All between the ages of 11
Well, he been busy.
down to his newborn's only a couple months old. He does support his family, doing a variety of jobs. His real passion is he's a DJ. He does entertainment. He does music performances as well as live streaming on the internet. But when he's not,
Can we drop his
events, his income working
Yeah.
as well.
What's your IG, bro?
Goal is to get his DJ career off the ground. I do just want to touch on the allegations.
Tell us more, please.
Because Mr. Martin does deny them adamantly, says he loved his kids, says he would never hurt his kids.
Can't remember all their names because I got
and
7
that
of them. But
he has a great relationship with all of his children, and he certainly wants to do whatever needs to be done to put this behind him, showing up to court, cooperating with DFACS, whatever the case may be.
I love my kids.
Certainly wants to cooperate. That includes showing up to court and staying in touch with his attorney. So I am asking for a low bond, as he doesn't have very much money, and he does have 7 children to support. So I am asking for a $1,000 bond.
Not a lot of extra
You
cash.
said
Just laying
DFACS
around.
is involved. Mr. Niner is has a safety plan been entered?
Well, Your Honor, I'm unsure of the status of DFACS. I was merely saying if that's a part of this process, that's something he's gonna accept fully. I don't know the status of DFACS. That was
All
just
right. Ms. Donckerboat?
yeah, Your Honor, you on YouTube, right?
I will address defects, but to begin with his criminal history, he does have 12 Ohio cycles. I would like to note the 09 abduction and domestic violence charge and the 2019 aggravated assault and domestic violence charge, as well as the fact that he is wanted for a failure to appear out of Cleveland.
Judge
He
just
does
lost
have
a hand.
3 Georgia cycles, a 2021 failure to appear, a 2021 driving while license suspended or revoked, which is currently pending out of Fulton, and a 2022 battery. The victim in that case is neither the mother nor the children of the defendant. However, he was just sentenced to that case on March 15th, and it is currently the 23rd of March. As part of that sentence, he is required to attend 6 anger management classes. And I think that demonstrates kind of the state's concern in this case, that the defendant does have some
I finally learned from my mistakes, Your Honor.
Children in this case. With regards to DFACS, our office has spoken to the victim. DFACS has been involved in the past and is going to be notified, but as we are aware, currently DFACS is not yet involved. The victim has requested no contact, and the state would agree with that at this time until DFACS is involved and can create a safety plan to be put in place. So the state is requesting
badass gauntlet on her
$500
hand.
bond based on his history, as well as a no contact with the victim in this case.
Is there a hold on him for this outstanding warrant in Cleveland?
Oh, what'd she do to her wrist?
I did not see one, Your Honor, but I will double check just to be certain.
Carpal tunnel, maybe. Drew's
He's
busy.
taking a nap. You ain't kidding. Look at
that
it.
there's not a hold, Judge, but certainly.
Drew's busy picking up a few choice Pokemon cards that are on eBay right now.
Dude back there's been smoking with Ahmed.
He's out. I don't know what DFACS is. FN lawyer. Any idea what DFACS is?
Google? Any idea?
Drew's picking up some really.
Is it DFCS maybe? Because that's Georgia Division of Family and Children Services.
That'd be it. That would be it. Look, I thought this guy was gonna come in here and he's a DJ. 1 or 2 charges here. It sounds like he's got a history of violence, Creed. All the way back to kidnapping charges.
That is it. Thank you, guys.
See, look,
While
that.
we
They deliver.
got a second, 120 of you. We're here hour and 5 minutes in. Still got an hour left. We do this 5 days a week. It's 1 East.
Sir, I've reviewed your criminal history, and I understand that you may think that this is an appropriate form of discipline, but based on your criminal history, the court is leaning toward agreeing with the state because you've been convicted of battery just this year, and if the state is correct, is just a week prior to the alleged incident allegations here. The court is also concerned that you have an aggravated assault conviction from 2019 and a domestic violence conviction from 2009. So having said all that, I am going to set your bond at $5,000. It's going to be a regular bond. That means you should be able to go through a bonding company. But there are going to be some special conditions attached to your bond. Number one, you are required to stay away, absolutely, directly or indirectly, by person, telephone, and any other means of communication from the person, home, job, or school of the alleged victim here. Because that victim is under the age of 18, I'm not stating the name, but the name will be placed on the special condition.
That's why they didn't want that warrant read.
I don't know if DFAX is involved. My gut tells me they probably will become involved. So I'm also going to require that you should follow all the recommendations or directions in the DFAX safety plan that may be entered in this case. Wow. If that safety plan allows you to have contact with the victim, then you may do so according to the terms of that safety plan. But if there is no safety plan, or if the safety plan is silent as to whether or not you can have contact, then this special condition controls and you are to have no contact. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so my deputy's going to hand you an electronic signature pad so you can sign special condition. You will get a copy of it.
You stay in trouble. My goodness.
Thank you. Yes, I was getting ready to say, hit that like button, subscribe, notifications on. And by the way, we invite you back for Wild Women Wednesday. And we got
Wild Women Wednesday
at 4:05. Sorry.
Anything else, Mr. All right, so Mr. Martin, sir, that concludes your first appearance here, and please follow the direction of my deputies.
Yeah, it seems a little low. Obviously, that was a...
Especially since he already been convicted of battery earlier this year. By the way, this is only March.
The North Face. Probably spelled differently because it looked counterfeit.
Is he wearing jorts or a really tall boots?
Thomas, you may print that special condition.
Boots, I think, yeah. And yes, he's come. These are first appearances. These are people that just got picked up overnight. And
which does sound like he had hit one of his children, which is atrocious.
Yeah, that's why they didn't want the thing read.
I mean, we've got one more guy in the courtroom. Can we not wait and have to see what he's saying?
Somebody's got to go wake him up first.
He's tired, Creed. He didn't sleep well in jail last night.
I like this judge. This is the first time I've seen her. Oh, where'd he come from?
Sir, you're charged in 5 warrants. You have the right to have these warrants read to you here in open court. Your attorney, however, has waived the reading of your warrants here in open.
Out of DJ's salary with 7 kids, JJ.
All right. So I am required to tell you what your warrant numbers are, and I'm going to read them to you. They all start with 22W. So 22W 004301, 004302, 004303, 004304, and 004305. So your attorneys, I'm going to hear from your attorney first on the issue of bond, and then I'll hear from the attorney for the state. Mr. Niner?
Anybody know what 22W is?
Mosley is 56 years old, and I will say he
Speak up, Niner.
He does live in New York. He was here just visiting.
Damn Yankee.
And so with that, I did take some time this morning to explain to him the importance of keeping up to date with the clerk's office as well as his attorney, letting us know where he is, his address. He has our contact information. I'll make sure that he certainly has that. And the importance of showing back up to court when the time comes, which he's certainly going to do. He does deny these charges.
Only if she's 5'3", Vinny.
All the information to his denial. And so he's going to have that day in court, and he's definitely going to show up and be heard. He does have 5 children, all teenagers and younger, and he does support them as a truck driver back up in New York. So he is very worried about
getting back to his 50-some years old and has teenagers.
3 years.
Oh my God!
And so I certainly want him to avoid a lengthy pretrial detention.
One for each kid, Woodward.
If he has a high bond set. So I am asking for a $1,000 bond. It's about all he can possibly pay. He's going to take the bus back to New York. And then from there, I have stressed the importance of him staying up to date with the court as well as our
5 warrants while on vacation.
Thank you for paying your court fee, Louisiana Dub.
You're muted.
State.
Thank you. The defendant does have an extensive criminal history in New York. However, I would note that his recent history is primarily possession or sale of controlled substances. However, he does have one open case in Georgia, which is a very similar charge, a pending 2020 identity theft and forgery in the first charge.
Oh, those are always
the
fun.
state's concern is obviously the
that happens all
repetition
the
of a
time when I'm
similar
on
offense
vacation.
in the state. We have made contact with the victim being the owner of the individual to whom the ID belonged.
Spit it out,
That does
Donkervort.
not know how the defendant obtained his information whatsoever. We've also spoken to Truist Bank, who is the victim of the forgery. They have requested a stay away from their location, and that is a.
It seems like he may have went on vacation on someone else's dime.
So the state is requesting a $2,500 bond and a stay away from the Truist Bank located on Claremont Road.
Oh, bank?
Ms. Mosley,
Try to
I've
pass a
reviewed
bad
your
check.
history, sir. I took note that you have 31 cycles in New York. And,
Oh, we've been busy.
hold on. It's not a conversation. I would recommend that you not say anything. But I am particularly concerned because there's a pending case from August of 2020 in this state, a very similar charge. And the fact that you don't live here, you don't have significant enough ties to Georgia, you're from New York and you're a truck driver. I think there's a risk to reoffend. I don't think you have significant enough ties to the state. So I'm going to grant the state's request for bond in the amount of $2,500.
Oh,
It's going to be a regular bond. That means you should be able to go through a bonding company. I'm also going to place one more special condition of bond on your bond, and that requires that you do not return to the Truist Bank at 3361 Claremont Drive.
That used to be BB&T.
Of course it was.
All right, so my deputy's going to hand you a signature pad so you can sign special condition. You will get a copy of it.
Well, that's nice of you. Thank you. 132 of you. Great to see you guys. Hope you're enjoying yourself. We're bouncing around. Usually we bounce around a lot more.
But she's really doing a hell of a job over
It's
here. With
been
these
pretty
cases.
good, I got to say.
Yeah. I enjoy hearing the stories of, you always got the public defender that's making, trying to paint these guys in beautiful light.
I love it. Yeah.
Nothing further. I didn't catch the dollar amount, Judge. What was the
It's
dollar
going to be
amount?
I granted the state's request for a $2,500 bond.
Yeah, Truist bought out BB&T, I guess.
Mr. Mosley, that concludes your first appearance hearing, sir. Will you please follow the direction of my deputies?
Thank you.
All right, and so, Marante, it's going to be $500 on each charge. That's your total 20.
Since you got one more, I'm going to run out of BRB.
Oh, he's ready for it. Go ahead. This guy's hype. He's ready to go. Did we save the best for last? That's the question. Never heard anyone. Kiernoth, good to see you. Extremely long nose here. Pull them out. Cut them. Trim them. Wax them.
Special condition has been signed. You may print that special condition.
I can't believe that my guy's bond was only 2,500. That's not bad for all the stuff he was in trouble.
Paul James Smith.
Mr. Smith.
Hold on. Where's Mr. Did we do Mr. Robinson already?
No, we were saving him the last.
I got it. Yeah.
Due to the underlying mental health issues.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
That's going to be a good one.
All right.
Got one more after him, and he's crazy as hell. Mr. Smith, what have you done now? By the way, we do this 5 days a week, 1 p.m. Eastern time. We do 2 hours live court. We bounce all over the country.
Mr. Smith, sir, you're charged in 3 warrants. Your first warrant is 22W004285. The next warrant is 22W004286, and the final warrant is 004287. You have the right to have your warrants read to you here in open court. Your attorney, however, has waived the reading of your warrants here in open court. Do you understand what you're charged with, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to hear from your attorney on the issue of bond, and then I'll hear from the state.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Smith has lived in Georgia for the last 8 years. He lives here with his brother, and he supports himself by working for a temp agency. Lately, they've been having him working in warehouses. He's been doing that for the last couple of years. So this is his home. He's been here for the last 8 years, and he works here. I will note, Your Honor, he does have a hold out of Cobb County. So if granted a bond and if posted, he is not going to immediately be released back home. He is going to have to go address that Cobb County hold. And so I would ask Your Honor to set a bond in this case in order to keep him moving and not have too long of a pretrial detention. He's not really going to be able to pay much of anything. So a $5,000 bond, I think, is reasonable given the circumstance. It's still quite high for him. It's certainly enough of an incentive to make sure he shows back up to court and not commit any felonies while out on bond. So I am asking for a $5,000 bond.
You said 5,000?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
That's pretty high. We'll see what
State, what
state
we
says.
heard?
Yes, Judge. With regards to the defendant's criminal history, he does have 2 cycles out of Alabama. In Georgia, he has 13 cycles, an 05 failure to appear, an 08 probation violation, in 2011 failure to appear in 3 counts. He does have 2 open cases in our office, a 2018 theft by deception, 2 counts, and financial identity fraud, 2 counts, as well as a 2019 theft by deception, false identification document, 3 counts, false name, identification fraud, and the sale of false identification documents. I would note that on that 2019 case, the most recent case, his bond in that amount was $15,000. That is the reduced amount of bond. So while I recognize that he does have an active hold out of Cobb, that is also for a forgery case. I don't believe the bond would be appropriate. The defendant has received a $15,000 bond.
He's on a roll.
Similar case and has once again picked up similar charges. So the state would be requesting no bond, as we believe that the defendant poses a risk to reoffend.
No bond.
5,000.
No bond. We ask
Where will we fall on this one?
$1,000.
Somewhere between no bond and 5,000.
He just dropped his head. He was like, I really was hoping they didn't know any of that. Saving the best for last.
I hear him in the hall.
Criminal history.
Got our next customer coming in.
Conviction in 18 for financial ID theft, fraud, ×2. He's got all of his pending cases are for similar charges.
He has a type.
Even with a $15,000 bond from 2019, here we are again.
Shut the
Judge,
door on him.
I would focus on the purpose of bond is not pretrial
I am
punishment.
focusing on the purpose of bond, but one of the things I get to take into consideration
Uh,
is
Drew?
Shut up! The defendant would commit a felony while out on bond. I think he's a risk to reoffend.
And he has several failure to appears.
Drew's like,
So I am focusing on the purpose of bond.
I messed
But there are other factors that I have to take into consideration.
That's when Drew knew he had just
the hold
effed
out
up.
of Cobb just issued last month.
she sees a
Just
ghost.
on March 26th for forgery. The alleged date is March 21st. That's 5 days difference.
Your Honor, I was in a bad place.
Yes,
I had just
state's request
lost my
to go on.
dog.
Mr. Smith, I'm not granting you a bond today, sir. I believe
Damn.
you are a risk to reoffend, and it doesn't seem like any amount of bond is going to impact whether or not there's the potential that you would do this again. So I'm going to deny your bond. I'm sorry. Please follow the direction of my deputies.
0.
Now give me a moment. I need
Point.
to update
0.
why I deny bond. Y'all keep him out the courtroom, please. Keep him out the courtroom.
Keep that crazy son bitch out here right now.
I'm not ready.
Keep him behind that door. I can't handle him right now.
Take that crazy son bitch out of here. I feel so bad for those guys in the jail. I think they're having to deal with this right now.
Oh, I got to deal with a lot. Not that I'm a lawyer or anything like that. Seems like she made the right decision on that one, though.
I do. I love Drew coming in lowballing with $5,000.
Drew really did. He tried.
Drew may cry after this, the way the judge stepped on his toes.
Oh, you just heard great videos and stuff. Now you just hurt Drew's feelings. Now he just dropped out.
He's fine. He's fine.
He's
His mom just came in with a nice PB&J, his favorite, crust off, of course, and a glass of milk.
His mom hand delivered that. I could definitely see him a fruit, like a food prep kind of guy. The entire refrigerator, when you open it up, is nothing but those, plastic things filled with little pieces of fruit, maybe a piece of cheese.
He does live on his own now, Creed, but mom comes over and fills the fridge every Sunday with his meal prep for the week.
I believe that, yeah.
Washes his clothes.
Drew actually just dropped out because he's wiping tears just like the guy that just left.
Yeah, he took that one hard, real hard.
Yeah, no, this next one's going to be a doozy. There's no doubt about that, especially with their... I'll bring him in court.
I don't even want to leave the courtroom right now waiting for this guy to enter.
Oh, no, yeah, we're staying put.
The judge said, no, take his ass back out. I am not listening to him for the next 2 minutes. Go ahead and get your bets in what you think this guy did that's coming in.
I can't imagine, but man, he's a talker. Is he going to shut up for 1 minute?
I hope not. I'm really looking forward to hearing what he has to say.
Everybody's on pins and needles waiting for the main event.
See, effing lawyer's there with me on that. He's got so much debt from law school.
He still lives at home.
He has to. The insurmountable loans he had to take out to go to law school.
Do you think that the chicken chicken nuggets that his mom gives him on Fridays, of course,
shaped like dinosaurs? That's
what I was going to ask. Yeah, are they shaped? I've seen ones with smiling faces.
Absolutely.
Is there any way with no contempt? I don't know. I mean, there's obviously some mental health issues. We know what we're.
This guy comes in, she grants him bail. $1,000
for sure. How about if he walks in and was Bigfoot from earlier? They just shoot him away from the other jail.
Just send him from one jail room to the next. Yeah, this next guy's gonna be something.
Benton says it's grilled cheese day.
Chicken nuggets or grilled cheese. You never know. What a great
Meatloaf's a little much for Drew. I don't see him.
I feel like Drew has a choking hazard, so you can't have that. We're just sitting here now waiting for the last person of the day here in this courtroom who has been on a mental hold, we'll say. You haven't brought him in with everybody else because he's having some sort of issues. And the judge wouldn't even let him come sit in an empty room.
I know, wouldn't even bring him in for that.
Don't let him sit in this empty room. Real people have to sit in here later.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Get it ready.
Just look out and bringing him in.
Bringing him in backwards.
Oh, my goodness. You're muted, Judge.
2022. Sir, you're in the Magistrate Court of DeKalb County. I'm Judge Williams. You're here for your first appearance hearing. This first appearance is not the trial of your case, so I'm not here to determine whether you're guilty or not guilty. The purpose of this hearing is simply for me to tell you what you're charged with and set a bond in your case if I have the authority to do that. I do want to let you know what your rights are before I do either of those, because it's very important you understand as you begin the process. Because this is not the trial of your case, you have the right to ask for a trial. You may ask for a trial by jury or a trial by judge only. At the trial, the burden will be on the state to prove every element of the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You can challenge the state's evidence and witness. You can introduce your own evidence and witnesses. You have the right to testify. You have the right to not to testify, and you have the right to remain.
I'm guessing he's got a big charge.
Those are your rights, sir. Now, you are represented by Mr. Drew Niner here today from the Public Defender's Office.
Say his name.
Mr. Niner, have you had an opportunity to go over Mr. Robinson's warrants with him?
No, Your Honor.
Colleague has, yes.
You already have? All right. So, Mr. Robinson, you have the right to have your warrants read to you in open court. Your attorney, however, has waived the reading of your warrants here in open court. Hold on. Do you understand?
He's done good so far.
With? No. All right. So you're charged in 2 warrants. I'm going to read them to you. Your first warrant is 22W004299. You're charged with robbery by sudden snatching. Now, the allegation is that you took an Android cell phone from Stephen Torres by snatching it out of his hands. Your second warrant is 22W004300. You're charged with simple battery against a police officer, and it's alleged that while the police were trying to put you in the back of their patrol unit, the allegation is that you spit on one of them in the face.
No.
So those are your 2 warrants. What I want to do, because I want to set an appropriate bond, I want to hear from your attorney first on the issue of bond, then I'll hear from the attorney for the state. All right, Mr. Niner, I'll hear from you, sir.
Thank you.
Sorry, Your Honor, I don't have anything.
Mr. Robinson has lived
Pass.
in Georgia for 20 years. He's 27 years old, so this is his only home. He is not a flight risk. He lives with his mother. We have the address for
Just
him,
like me, Your Honor.
where we're going to be able to find him to make sure he shows back up to his court dates. He does have some college. He went to vocational school for heavy equipment construction work, as well as completing
Job
high
Corps.
school. So he does have good job prospects for him, as well as he is on a fixed income. He does receive SSI benefits, so he is not going to be able to post a very high bond whatsoever. And given all the facts and circumstances, his strong ties to the community, we would ask for Your Honor to give him a $2,000 bond.
Oh, come on, Drew.
Jake, you want to be heard?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Judge. Based on the circumstances, I believe that Mr. Niner's request is appropriate. The defendant does have several recent cycles. However, given his mental health status, I believe previously he has been set up with mental health resources as a condition of bond, but I'm not certain that that has been successful. So I won't be requesting that at this point in time, but I do believe that $2,000 is appropriate.
All right, Mr. Niner, I've heard from your attorney. I've heard from the attorney for the state. So they both agree they think an appropriate bond is going to be $2,000. So I'm going to set the bond at $2,000. It's going to be a regular bond. That means you should be able to go through a bonding company.
Wow.
All right, so that concludes your first appearance hearing. I'm going to ask you
Wow,
to please follow the direction of my deputies.
Hey, bro, please stop pulling me, please. I gotta bring you these
He was on his best behavior.
He was about to pop, though. He was like there at the end.
I'm pretty impressed.
All right, one breath. Drew here said he was a good prospects.
Calendar in one piece.
Good prospects for a heavy equipment operator job, and then the next he's on, some government funds. So which one is it?
That was an interesting round. Where we at
So
here?
that's what I'm gonna order.
Oh, in the locker room.
We're in the
So
locker
I'm
room, and
ordering
the
in
guy
this case
Isaiah
to go
dressed
ahead
for
and
it.
be released.
Yes, ma'am.
From wherever I find myself. And that I give you 90 days from the date of your release. Now, if you have
Sorry.
any other holds or anything else, I
No,
can't
I
do
do not
anything
have
about
any.
that.
I don't have anything now.
So
Your Honor,
I'm
I
gonna order
suggest-
your release. I'm gonna give you 90 days to pay or appear. I'm gonna give you an appearance date. But if you haven't paid the case off, you better show up for court.
Oh, yes,
And
ma'am.
probably if you show up, even if you haven't
Butler
paid or
County.
you can't pay it off, she'll put you on a reporting probation, which is better than putting you in jail. If you don't have it all paid or show up, she's gonna issue another warrant for you, and probably next time you're not gonna be able to make bond on it. Okay? Are you
Yeah, that's
all?
fine. Yes, Your Honor. I haven't had a problem. I was just in custody. There's nothing I can do about it.
They are still going over here with this whole thing.
Ooh, my
So I
goodness.
wrote a letter to her to let her know that, to see if I could extend it out till April, because that's when I know I got paid for taxes. So I have it paid before the next 90 days, Ms. Sutherland.
I'll have.
And I have no
income
idea
tax
how much,
money.
you're gonna have to ask the clerk and figure that out yourself. You're gonna have to get a copy from the clerk of how much you owe on this case. So I'm
It's
gonna order
probably
your
around-
release, and I'm gonna give you a pay or appear date, and 90 days from today, which is March 23rd, would be
One of these women did a makeup tutorial.
April,
Wanna guess
May,
which one?
June.
Which one watches YouTube?
June 23rd is a Thursday, so I'll have you appear the following Monday if you haven't paid it off. June 27th at 9 a.m.
Isaiah's
I can make a
waiting to be
payment on
called
that
off the
today, right?
bench.
Yeah, I'm glad that
I don't know why not. I don't know why the clerk. would
Isaiah
take a-
dressed up good for court
a
today.
payment. All right, so your pay and appear is June 27, 2022 at 9 a.m. And of course, the sooner you pay it off, the sooner you can be done with the court and not have to worry about it. But
Oh,
that's
so once I pay it, I'm done?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're still on non-reporting probation.
I understand.
A little early.
That means if we find out that you've got a new charge, they can revoke your probation.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
But basically, you're not gonna have any requirements to come back to court or do anything with the court once you've got this paid off. So it is in your best interest to make sure you get paid off, and the sooner the better. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, I gave you a
Thank you,
pay or
wife.
appear date.
Thank you.
I ordered your release. Did you know, Miss Norris, before I interrupted you, exactly how much he owes or not?
Your Honor, he owes probably, under $500 probably because of the fines.
$352.80, I think, or something like that.
Wow.
Okay, well, again, I don't have that in front of me. I'm not
Miss Norris
making any
doing Mikey math.
representation. It's upon
$500.
you to find out exactly how much you owe in this case and this case number and get it paid off, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okie dokie. Sounds
Guys, have a
good.
good day.
Anything further?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that direction,
Thank you for
Ms. Norris.
the gift card for seniors.
Stephanie Marie McCoy.
Come on, it's Isaiah's
Your
turn.
Honor, that court date you was asking about, they
Yep.
sent for the April 1st docket, first appearance docket.
Hey, girl.
At 1:30.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's a Friday.
These are these first appearances you said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My favorite.
Are you
Stick with this for a
Stephanie
minute,
Marie
but we have Judge Porter
filling up,
ready to go to here
on a
in
first
a minute.
appearance on a traffic case in 2019 TR 1698. It is an old case that you have not gotten finished up, and you were ordered to appear on 8/17 of 2020. You failed to appear
A bond forfeiture bench warrant was issued. Your bond was set at 2,000 cash or surety.
See you at
And
405.
apparently you haven't been able to make that bond, correct?
Correct.
Are you going to be able to make that bond?
No.
And that's because why?
I can't, my phone, I can't find a cosigner. I don't have a phone. All my numbers were on my phone, and when I went to jail, my phone, I didn't bring it with me, so I have no contact of getting a hold of anybody.
That would suck.
And you don't have any access to any cash if I gave you a cash bond or anything like that?
I have $200 on my books.
Oh, she been busy while she been in. Hey, it's true though. I don't know anybody's number.
What's your recommendation on this case, Ms. Norris?
Your Honor, it looks like it's a failure to appear on a warrant to show cause.
What was the original conviction?
Looks like
I can look.
driving while habitual and driving while suspended second.
Okay.
And
Because
that's
what
from-
I'm wondering is, would I be better off to take 200 cash from her and post it as a cash bond?
Kansas.
And order her to reappear, or otherwise she's going to sit in jail on a $2,000 cash or surety bond until she sees the judge, which could be May 16th at 9:00. Or I could just put her on Monday's docket and let Judge Webster figure it out Monday.
Well, she got that
And
too.
Your Honor, this actually is one that's
We're there
She's
next.
on-
Terminator.
She's on a new episode of Love After Lockup.
He's convicted of stealing $200.
let me double check.
I think
Yeah,
it's
for
all
real.
misdemeanors.
Well, it is all misdemeanors, but Judge Hutchison is the one who actually did the conviction. You're the one that signed the warrant.
Okay.
I'm
And she didn't do it as a magistrate. She did it as a district judge. So it was to a district judge. Is that what
Wow, I
you're
wonder
saying?
what the difference is
well,
between
I was just
lawyer.
looking to see,
The difference in that if a magistrate,
because a lot of times
judge, or a-
these end up with one of the district court judges because
Can we just do a GoFundMe real
Judge
quick and get her out?
Webster has a
Right.
conflict.
What's your
based
cash app,
on,
girl?
At some point she had contact with the case.
Gotcha.
I'm looking to see if this
It
is
looks
one
like
that
it was Megan Booker.
Could she
It
even
was
use that $200
Megan who
on her
was
books
involved,
for that?
but it may have been Judge Webster who charged it. I'm
And who put
looking
it
for that
there?
right
Herself?
now.
Yeah, I can,
It actually was. So this is a conflict case, so it wouldn't, it shouldn't go back to Judge Webster. So
Gotcha.
some other date.
okay, let me look here. Let me look when
Yeah, I
Judge,
saw. I
this
heard
would
it
be
was like
Judge
second, third.
Crum's case if it was Judge Hutch in Division 4.
Would you just
More
let her
likely
go
than
or
not,
make her
although
pay
like
the
I said, you're
200?
the one that signed the warrant.
I know, I don't know
But
why.
that
I
was
would-
back in June of 2020. So
He stood up and he had one of those supreme,
I don't
know.
the little
Fine,
things that
whatever
shoot out
comes
money.
in, even if
Here
it's
you
not
go,
mine,
baby.
if it moves it along, but I mean, I don't.
he
mind-
has
I'm not-
warrant to show cause on Friday at 2:30. This is
Hmm.
Judge Crum's docket week.
Well,
I
that's
bet
where I
if
think we should put it.
she didn't have that,
Please
she
give me
probably
a
would have
cash
gotten out
bond.
even no bond.
Please
maybe.
give me a cash bond.
No, I'm not gonna do that right now.
Please give me a cash bond. Please, please, for God's sakes, give me a cash bond. I got $200 on the books.
Because I don't know that you'll come back. It's pretty easy to forfeit $200 and then we haven't closed out the case. But
That's a good
I'm
point.
doing
We
you a
just gotta
big
remember that.
favor
It's
by
$200.
giving you
But
a
that's
court
part of
date
why
of
they
this Friday, the 25th
set those
at
higher bonds
2:30.
because you don't want to lose that money.
So
if
you
don't
only have
appear.
a couple days to wait to see the judge.
You stay.
Okay. Otherwise, if I gave you the date I'm supposed to give you, it would be May 20th of 22 that you would be sitting in jail.
So she's doing her a little favor.
That'd be 2 months away. So please understand that I can only do what I can do. I'm
I
giving
bet
you a
she's really
court
nice
date
to
in 2
that old
days. I
guy
think
in the
Judge
locker room. He
Crum
might let her out.
handle your case.
How do you think she got
and look at your
$200
bond and
books?
see that you've been in custody and give you credit for that and wind up your case on Friday. Get you back on probation or whatever.
And
Okay.
It looks like Mr. Patterson was appointed
Parents are
at
watching.
time of show cause, so does the court still consider Mr. Patterson appointed?
Yeah, I don't know if he would be available this Friday in the afternoon. I don't want that to slow things down either.
She really
Well, he
did.
was appointed back in July, and I'll
Did her a
email
favor.
Mr. Patterson and
Okay.
court
Okay.
services, and I guess we'll see how it goes, and then Judge Crum can deal with it on Friday.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see where I have like a domestic case on Friday afternoon or anything that he's on. So yes, I'm going to appoint Mr. Patterson to represent you. He's going to be notified to be in court with you on Friday, this Friday, which is the 25th at 2:30 in front of Judge Crum.
Bailiff.
Okay.
Paul.
Okay.
Going to take the file down to
No.
him.
She ain't gonna.
And it'll be better to try to kind of get your case wrapped up completely
don't.
than you just post
One
a
track
bond, have
mind,
to
one
come
to
back
get
in a
out.
month or two and then have problems again. Okay?
Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
We are
Appreciate it.
adjourned. Once
Oh, well.
again, Ms. Morse, thank you.
Gotten appreciated anyway.
Yes, Your Honor.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that kind of stinks for her that if she would have been a little more better with the appearance and that, I think she would have walked it. Anyways, over to Judge Kim / Judge Porter's room. Call, as they call it.
I bet
Hey,
he's doing
Arthur.
better than he deserves.
Arthur, my name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention.
Hi,
you're
Lisa.
supposed to see a judge
Over here, Lisa.
every 10 business days thereafter. This is your 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney. And your attorney, Lisa Herrick, is here. Good afternoon, Ms. Herrick. How are you?
I'm well, Judge.
Sounds good. Good. How's the sound? Sounds.
Lisa was listening to us, so she had to go turn it off because now we're listening to her, so it feeds back.
Trent making jokes over there.
Sorry, the other computer had its audio on as well, so we were getting some feedback.
All right. Arthur, according to the police report, on March 20th, you were referred in custody by Arlington PD for the offense of aggravated robbery. Officers were dispatched
Hi, Donna.
to CVS in Arlington on a robbery in progress. The caller stated 2 males, one in a black hoodie, it was you, and the other in a red hoodie, who was a different young youth with whom I am familiar, approached the pharmacy, indicated that they had guns, and demanded as many narcotics as they could get. The pharmacist was in fear of his life due to the gun statement. He complied by opening the safe and placing an unknown amount of narcotic pills in a bag. Arlington police officer White was first on scene and witnessed the 2 suspects, you and the other young man, exit the store running with your compatriot carrying a bag. Your compatriot dropped the bag, which officers located containing 56 bottles of various narcotics.
Oh.
The officers were able to locate you a short distance later. Both had run from the scene. Your compatriot got caught first when he got tangled by a residential wire mesh fence.
Oh.
You, Arthur, were eventually found laying behind a parked vehicle. You were wearing a black hoodie and a blue face covering. Okay.
56 bottles. Hell, that's
a lot.
Please.
That's $1 million worth of stuff.
And we're able to match you up
No.
with that video.
They charge him on every pill he stole.
Oh, this is one of the young men from California. Okay.
He remembers you.
Uh-oh, not good.
You've been level 1 outstanding since March 12th. Ms. Eric, what are your thoughts?
The day before my birthday.
5 days after mine.
I've been speaking with his mother. She absolutely wants him released. We have an adjudication disposition hearing on March 30th. So
I told her that you very well might not release him, given that his detention hearing is so soon, or his adjudication hearing is so soon. I've told Arthur that as well. But I do know that if he is released, that his mother would be willing to take him, and she would come to get him.
Arthur, it greatly concerns me that you ran away from California, found another friend from California, and you made it all the way to Fort Worth. And now you're alleged to have stolen 56 bottles of narcotics from a pharmacy here. I think that if I were to release you, there'd be a danger I'd never see you again. We call that absconding from the court's jurisdiction. And I'm just not willing to take that risk.
Yeah, I'd be going to another state.
Continue to be detained.
Quick.
Thank you, sir.
He's probably taking them back to California to sell them.
Thank you, Judge.
It's true.
Thank you, Ms. Herrick. All right.
Bonita, thank you on that between the district and that. The thing that I was wondering is the way she said that the way that it was written. And I'm wondering if that must make a difference if whatever was written by a district judge or that's just what it sounded like to me. So I'd never heard that before.
My name is Judge Porter. The law
F-pod.
says when you're brought into detention, you must see a judge within 2 business days. The purpose of this hearing is not a trial. Instead, the purpose of this hearing is to determine whether or not probable cause exists to believe that you may have engaged in delinquent conduct. In making that determination, the law allows me to consider hearsay evidence in the form of a police report forwarded to me by the Juvenile Probation Department. If I find that probable cause exists, I will thereafter proceed to a secondary determination of whether or not you should be ordered to remain in detention or be released to a parent or guardian. At this hearing, you have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney. And we've appointed Larry Beaver to represent you. I have not seen Mr. Beaver this afternoon. I imagine that he is in another court in the family courthouse downtown. So I'm going to ask Brian Willett to step in for Mr. Beaver. Mr. Willett regularly represents kids in our court. Good afternoon, Mr. Willett. How are you?
I'm doing great, Judge. Thank you.
Lots.
All right. Stephanie, you have a prior court-ordered probation for assault family violence. And according to the police report, 2 days ago, around 11 o'clock at night, Fort Worth PD responded to a domestic disturbance.
Sure.
The father stated that Stephanie was upset and arguing with everyone. He stated that she punched and bit the father, causing pain. Stephanie's sister said that she tried to calm you down, Stephanie, and Stephanie started to push and punch the sister and also struck the sister's 8-month-old child in the face, causing the little baby to cry. The sister had a visible injury to her arm, so you were brought in on 2 counts of assault family violence.
Damn,
I'll find that probable cause exists to believe that you may have engaged in delinquent conduct. Are you dad in the family room?
Yes, sir.
Dad, how long has this been going on?
Stephanie has been having issues more than years, like more than 3 years.
Does she take medication?
She has not been taking her medication.
So she's prescribed it, but she refuses to take it?
Yes, she does not refuse to take it. She just doesn't take it because she's too busy going out in the middle of the night and staying out until the next day. Sometimes she doesn't come home. She has put herself in danger. She has been offered money according to some sources that Stephanie told, and then that person told me that some men offer her $700 to hang out with him. That is a red flag for me that she's about to get kidnapped. Also, she was in some hotel with 20-plus-year-olds with her friends too, and they were about to get kidnapped. Stephanie has been using cocaine, weed, and has been missing school sometimes so she could go get drugged. And it's been a huge disappointment to me because I want her to graduate and I want her to be good. At this time, I don't feel safe her coming to my house because who knows if she will hit me again. And in the process of me defending myself, I can hit her bad or really hurt her. And and then I'm gonna end up in jail. I cannot protect her from herself and from social media. I cannot, she puts herself in danger. If I take her phone away, she threatens to run away. She's already done it twice. And it's just very hard. It's been really hard. And I believe she needs to go to a facility. I'm trying to save her. I'm trying to help her. I've been asking for help to the CPS. I've been asking for help at school. And everybody just tells me more counseling. She already has counseling. She has told me before that it does not work. Counseling doesn't work, that she needs something else. And I had already placed her in a residential facility in Cedar Crest, and she was there for 6 months. And the second day that she got out of the place, she assaulted my wife. And my wife now does not live with me because of her. So we have 2 separate houses, and I have to be 2 people. I have to separate myself to be with Stephanie and then be with my wife. And it's super hard because she doesn't cooperate. I'm sacrificing my marriage, and she doesn't appreciate the opportunity that we're giving her here. I have 3 more kids. One of them is 23 years old, already owns his house. My daughter has a baby, lives with her husband.
All right.
Good Lord.
Oh, that poor parent. Oh my God.
Mr. Spence, were you able to hear everything Dad was saying?
Yes, Your Honor. I was not spoken to him this morning.
Okay, Mr. Spence, let's. I'd like, with the dad's permission, to make a referral to Unbound, at least for them to interview her, if we could.
She needs to go somewhere.
Dad, I'm assuming you're in agreement with that.
Yes, I want her to be helped. I want to save her.
Okay. We'll, Mr. Spence, let's get that arranged.
Have you know she is just stone faced this whole entire
you
time?
also tested positive for
Yeah.
marijuana and cocaine, and it just verifies what your dad is telling us. I'm going to find that you're a danger to yourself.
She has plenty of time to take that, just not her meds.
It's gone from the jurisdiction of the court. And so on that basis, I'm going to order that you remain. Dad, did you bring her prescription medication?
2
with you
separate
today?
houses.
I did. I'm gonna turn it in today. Yeah, I don't want her near my home at this point.
Okay. Well, let's turn that medication in to either the nurse or Mr. Spence. Mr. Spence will get with you and help you out with that. That way we can administer that. The nurse in the back can administer that to Stephanie.
Not at all.
Get her back on track on her medicine and get her back to a place where she's the daughter that you remember. All right. That'll be the order of the court. Thank you.
Wow.
Dad.
I wish him the best. Seriously. That is,
Thank you, Mr. Spence.
what a
Michaela.
nightmare in your own home. And I heard him right that the mother lives in a separate house now.
His wife. So I'm guessing not her mother.
Holy crap. Boy, I certainly wish him the best. That's a tough one there.
That's a
So we're granting her that opportunity. The court has previously found that probable cause exists to believe that you may have engaged in delinquent conduct. You're on probation for assault, family violence, and it's scheduled to end at the middle of next month. So, Miss Taylor, what's going on?
What's up?
Oh, Mikey internet.
Oh, you're breaking up on me.
How's that Spectrum holding out for you, honey?
Can you hear me?
Well.
Barely. Keep going.
Okay, thank you for accommodating my request. Michaela is level 1 outstanding. She wants to be released. I think the issue at the last
Down in the right corner, look there.
her mother, I won't say didn't want her, but her mother wasn't ready for her to come home. I believe her mother has made alternate arrangements, and I spoke with her mother earlier today. It's not
Legit
that she
in the
doesn't
closet.
want her. She wants her in a different environment, and so she has located a safe, different environment out of Fort Worth, but it's in Arlington, not too far. And I believe with her cousin Diamond, and I believe both Ms. Bush and Diamond are in this hearing.
Miss Bush and Diamond.
Obviously, both strippers.
Do you want to ask them questions?
Yes, please, if I may.
You may proceed.
Ms. Bush?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Diamond's also in here, but Diamond's having audio problems. She's actually watching y'all on YouTube, so she can't respond. But Diamond,
So shout out to her.
She's in the group too, but her mic wasn't working.
Okay, but you as Michaela's mother have spoken with Diamond, correct?
Yes, and she's watching everything right now, and she's hearing it on the TV.
Okay, and has she expressed a willingness to take Michaela?
She's watching on We Got a Case.
Yes.
And do you as Michaela's mother feel that that's in her?
You're breaking up, but I get what you're saying. Yes, it would be very good for Michaela. Your audio keeps cutting in and
Your
out.
audio sucks.
I know, I'm in jail. I'm so sorry.
You're just visiting jail. You're not in jail, right?
You got charges.
Free Candace. No, I'm sorry. I hope
Mr. Lofton, Mr. Lofton, you are out of order. Let's wait for your case, Mr. Lofton. Ms. Taylor.
I hope you guys are hearing enough of what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am.
And Judge, I think that Mom really does care for Michaela. One thing, my client is not getting enough to eat.
She's ready to come home so she can eat all day.
Absolutely.
Okay, I have
Me
problems
too.
with that because at least Monday through Friday, she needs to be in school.
She got kicked out of school. Where actually she's on the waiting list for Job Corps right now.
All right.
Mikey's internet's better than hers
Mr.
right now.
Taylor,
and I'm in jail.
I really need to speak to the cousin in person before I feel comfortable making a decision. So, Ms. Taylor, I'm going to allow you to reschedule this attorney requested detention hearing for another date when both Mom and the cousin can appear in the courthouse so that they won't have the technical problems. They can come use the computer in the family room. And that way, either Judge Kim or Judge Terry or myself can talk to both of them at the same time and get some more information.
We haven't seen
I'm a
Judge
little
Kim in a
concerned
while.
That, she's been kicked out of school, that she's not in a school right now. If I were to release her, at least if she's in detention, I know she's going to school.
Yeah, I was just going to say, isn't that?
So that's another hurdle we need to cross, Ms. Taylor, at the time
But
of
she
the
is
next.
on the waiting list.
Wait. Stop.
Uh-oh.
One person at a time.
Shut up! Shut up!
He's not happy.
Shut up! Shut up!
Ms. Taylor, I'm not going to release her today, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to reschedule this.
But she's on a waiting
the
list.
requirement is
Did you
that,
hear me say Job Corps?
Michaela, you have to maintain level 1.0 between now and then. If you don't maintain level 1.0, we're not even going to consider you for release, okay?
Smart man.
All right. That'll be the order of the court. Thank you, Ms. Taylor.
Yeah, what did he do?
Can I be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Because he was cracking jokes earlier.
Yeah, this is the second time he's been, saying stuff.
I mean, Judge Porter said it nice, but I think he meant it.
Is it Duran
Diamond.
or D-Ron?
Duran.
Yeah, I don't think that's a
Judge Porter.
huge
The law says when you're barred
thing for the
from
argument,
detention,
is
you
it?
must see a judge within 2 business days. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney.
Well, he
And your
says
attorney-
all this. Gotta wrap it up now, Mikey. If you want to stick around, that is totally up to you. But I gotta hard out to make sure we're here for 4:05. Wild Women Wednesday is on its way at 4:05 East. I got time to watch this one. I got to get my packages. I got a couple of things to do in the next hour.
aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in regards to a warrant signed by Judge Summers back on March
wasn't me.
16th.
Thank you. Don't forget, we got a case, the case only channel
to
on YouTube.
The appellant in the arrest warrant on Friday, March 4th, 2022. Shortly after noon, Fort Worth PD was dispatched to a shooting call at a Chevron gas station on Alta Mesa Boulevard in Fort Worth, Tarrant County, Texas. Upon arrival, officers met with a 15-year-old female who'd been struck by gunfire one time in the lower right leg. She was
Pew, pew.
standing in front of the store next to her boyfriend.
Terrible.
She was transported to the hospital and treated for her injury. Officers collected surveillance video from throughout the shopping center where the shooting occurred. The officer reviewed the video and observed a suspect vehicle, a gray Nissan Sentra, arrived shortly before the shooting and stopped in a nearby parking lot.
Hi, Lady
The shooter was
Fang.
later identified as one young man who got out of the front right passenger seat, and the lookout, later identified as you,
No.
Iran, exited the rear left passenger seat of the vehicle, and they both walked towards the Chevron gas station. The suspect vehicle then backed into a parking spot behind a nearby restaurant, and the driver, later identified as a third young man, remained in the vehicle. Suspect number one ran west around the south side of the Chevron and then slowed to a walk along the sidewalk near Alta Mesa Boulevard.
Shadow.
You, D-Ron, allegedly walked westbound along the north side of the Chevron and began pacing in the northwest corner of the parking lot.
Pacing.
Go ahead, Docs.
Suspect number one walked west along the sidewalk, and as he walked, he appeared to be looking towards the front of the store where the victim and her boyfriend were standing.
It's a robbery gone
Suspect
bad,
number
drug deal.
one
What do you think?
began to run, race his
Little
rider
bit both.
in the air as he rounded the corner northbound. This is the approximate location where the shell casings were recovered. Bystanders began to run away from suspect number one. Then suspect number one and you, D-Ron, ran towards the suspect vehicle. Suspect number one could be seen holding a black object consistent with a handgun in his right hand.
That's what it
Two
sounds
females,
like, Angel.
later identified as witness number one and witness number two, exited the suspect vehicle and entered the nearby Chicken Express restaurant.
Oh.
Favorite Chicken Express.
Tell me more. Oh, did he just say it's his favorite?
Number one,
Yeah.
D-Ron then entered the rear passenger seat on the driver's side of the
Sounds
suspect
good.
vehicle, and the getaway driver took you all the way from that location.
What about Chicken Express?
Tell me more about Chicken Express.
The investigating officer sent stills from surveillance video to another officer who was a school resource officer at a specific high school in the Tarrant County area. The school resource officer identified the two females as witness number one and witness number two. On March 9th, a Fort Worth PD detective,
I
as
think
well as the
so.
affiant, interviewed
Mikey?
Should be.
one of those two females at the nearby
I'm guessing.
Tarrant County High School.
Hey, Jim.
She related that she and the first young lady were picked up by the suspect vehicle by the driver, whose nickname was Boy Boy. in a,
Hey, Boy
recreation
Boy.
Center parking lot.
H-Pod
During her
bringing
lunch
it
break.
today.
She stated that she sat next to Lil Fat. D-Ron in the back seat, while the shooter was sitting in the front seat. All right. I've got enough here to find probable cause of engaging in organized crime,
Hey, Kevin.
aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
What about Little Fat?
So,
Oh, maybe. Yeah, because of the oil from
Morales
the
to see
chicken, the
history with the
grease.
department.
He's giving us a hallelujah.
All right. Mr. Lofton, what are
Oh,
your
yeah,
thoughts?
he is.
My client has nothing to say, but I would respectfully ask him that I'm not in the same place for him not to communicate with the court and open unless he's got a question that has nothing to do with anything on the case.
D-Ron, I'm sorry, while I was reading, I didn't have a chance to look. Did you have your hand raised? Okay, D-Ron,
Do
wait
you
before you talk.
have a
Remember, you
question?
have the constitutional right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything at all. This isn't a trial. Okay, and if you
It's
have
gonna
a
do some time
question
to.
you want to ask me, your lawyer
Uh,
might allow you to ask the question.
They all need
But if you're going to make a statement,
some
you
time.
don't want to make a statement because we have a prosecutor who's listening in. And while anything you say cannot be used at an adjudication disposition hearing against you, it could still lead the prosecutor to evidence that he could use against you. And that makes his case easier. So do you want to make the prosecutor's case easier or make the prosecutor's case harder and your case easier?
My case.
There we go. So do you have a question or did you want to make a statement?
I got a question.
What is
Here
your
comes the
question,
statement.
sir?
Any witnesses here today?
Well,
Okay. Yes, there are witnesses, and the police have interviewed some of those witnesses, and I've already determined that probable cause exists. Given
Was
the
it little fat?
dangerous felony that is engaged
Hey up, I gotta go.
or alleged to have been committed, I'm going to find that if I were to release you at this time, you would be a danger to the community.
No.
On that basis,
Shut
I will order that you continue to be detained. That will be the order of the court. Thank you, sir. You may return to
Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Chases and Cases, 5 days a week. We do. We got a case 100. I gotta go. I have so much.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you,
We hope
guys.
you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
If you haven't, Creed's going to mumble and bumble his way for the next 15 minutes. If you haven't already
Right.
liked this video, please do so. If you haven't subscribed to any of our channels,
just
think
drove.
about it. If you're on Facebook, please follow us and share because sharing is caring. Until next time.
Record number of live today, right?
Oh,
We hit
yes.
it today. I thought
Yeah.
so.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah. Well
that's
over
awesome,
600.
too.
Yes.
Welcome all the new people. We'll see you at 4:05. Keith is very stunned.
All right, guys. Yeah, girls.
Did you
Please
just
remember. Yeah, she's doing this.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. 2 seconds. Hold on.
Holding. Mouth-watering combos.
Yeah. Actually, looks pretty good.
Fried fish at Chicken Express. I like that. 6 livers or gizzards, Creed. Your choice.
Ew, disgusting. Where's the pictures? Why? Oh, a severe lack of pictures here.
Damn Chicken Express.
Okay, well that looks good.
Taters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I was saying, until next time, please remember. I got to go.
I gotta go to the post office.